we're going to focus from the perspective of Man City. Afarabi, give us a breakdown. Man City used it. Their forwards did well in both tasks, especially Doku, able to cause
Yeah.
problems, stretch out the defense, but also able to come back into the midfield and provide numbers so that the midfield could
Hmm.
control Liverpool very well. And their defense was on a holiday today. They were on a holiday. What are your thoughts,
Hmm.
Afarabi?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Guardiola was brilliant in using Doku as a free role player. He didn't ask him to stay on the left like he usually does. So Doku was picking up positions where there was space, sometimes on the right, sometimes in the middle, sometimes on the left. But where I find it criminal for Liverpool was the fact that they couldn't close down the Man City goalkeeper. You know, Donnarumma was bought from PSG. One of the reasons PSG sold Donnarumma was because he wasn't so comfortable with the ball at his feet. But you could see the ease with which he was playing the
Hmm.
ball out. He didn't play a single long ball because there was no pressure on him. So allowing Man City to
Impressed.
build from the back, they would just find the free man, either Bernardo Silva or Doku. And then Doku, you isolate him with a fullback one-on-one. He would dribble his way past that fullback and square the ball. So he kept
Yeah.
on giving them all sorts of problems on the
Sorry,
left,
sorry to
on
jump.
the right, and in the middle. So Doku was,
Sorry to jump.
yeah, go ahead.
And also, it was so I just wanted to add to what you were saying. And he also told Joker and these guys inside first, outside second. So they were building their attacks from internally, then go to the wing. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he just kept on looking for players to run at. And at a point, it was
Yeah.
so bad that they were double teaming on Doku. They were double teaming. And that allowed
Yeah.
Doku to pass to the free man. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden, whenever Doku collected the ball, you could see Haaland running into space because he knows that Doku would try and find him. Liverpool were very, very naive in terms of their tactics. And I think, like
Yeah.
Warifa said, they shouldn't have sold Diaz. Diaz is one of their most hardworking attackers. He can press, he
Yeah.
cuts
Plays sweet
angles from the
football.
goalkeepers, and then Gakpo too. Mo Salah cannot do that kind of pressure work now. And if you look at the
Yeah.
other attackers too, they can't do it. Verts cannot do that kind
And
of.
also, even though this guy wasn't good on defense, Trent Alexander would at least back up Salah on the right and give
Yeah,
some work
sure,
in
sure, sure,
midfield.
sure.
Now
And
Salah is being
the likes
exposed.
of Konate and Virgil van Dijk, they need to be looking for replacements very
All
quickly.
right.
Yeah.
Also, very good play by Gonzalez. He's like a hybrid of a 6 and an 8.
Oh,
The guy
sure,
did a
sure,
good
sure,
job
sure.
today. And like we said, it's always the system. You can always plug in people into this system. Who was the other guy after Rodri went out? It starts with a K, Kovacic or whatever. They always have someone.
Kovacic.
Yeah,
It
they always
appears this
have someone.
Gonzalez guy is closer to a Rodri than Kovacic.
And this was a tactical masterpiece by
Guardiola.
Guardiola. Guardiola is the reason why Man City will always be challenging. He's the reason why they're coming
Yeah.
second now in an off year. Guardiola is the man. Even though his wife
Yeah.
divorced him, it doesn't matter. I'm back. This motherfucker
He's the
will always
man.
be around. Tactically, I'm not saying that they'll win.
There's always a
Tactically, yes.
side chick down the road anyway.
But yeah, there's always a side chick. Maybe Foden's wife. All right. What are your thoughts, Kool-Aid, about Man City? We're looking at it from Man City's
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah. Looking at Man City has solved the Rodri problem
Yeah.
because Kovacic and the other CDMs that Man City used to play with before were simply good at winning the ball back or holding the ball. But Nico Gonzalez is creative in midfield. He has the ability to support the wingers because if you look at the goals the City scored, I mean that City's the first goal from Haaland that was inside the box. That was a clean header. Um, what Gonzalez brings to the game is the ability for Man City to dominate the midfield because it's those simple little 1-2 quick passes that City play that is able to break down
Yeah.
these defenders, especially when they get them down to the wings. And then yes, as you said before, Diaz going missing in midfield for Liverpool. They don't have what I call mobile attackers. It's the mobility of Diaz that used to cause problems.
Yeah.
And most of
Very
Liverpool's players
agile.
are static, so they're
Right.
not seeing any space to move into.
Yeah.
When they were on the ball, they were always being challenged. When Diaz knows how to get in behind the defender, lose the defender. Nobody was losing anyone. City had them fully tracked. So I think Liverpool need more time to develop that attack, but I do think that City have actually plugged the gap. better, because City also did have its problems, but City seems to have solved that problem.
Okay.
Nico Gonzalez has been a big revelation for them.
Yeah,
this
very
season.
big one. Man
And I
of
think
the
that
game,
will be the next one to challenge
Doku's man of the match.
Arsenal
Doku
to
man
the
of
end
the
of the season.
Yeah. I have 3% of my battery, so if it dies, you guys continue. But we'll move on. Very good one. So
Yeah.
what about Mr. I said, what about Mr. Wari? What's your view on City? Coming to catch you, man.
Okay.
Coming to catch
you see, today's game, man. Pep Guardiola did his homework very well on Liverpool. He studied them. If you watch the game from the beginning of the blast of the weeks today, we are all over Liverpool. Massive attack, massive defense. And Liverpool, the mistake they made, instead of them to try and calm the game down, they were trying to play. The days of Liverpool playing fast football is over. And again, before the first goal came, they didn't press on the guy that pulled the ball for Haaland. They allowed the guy, if you watch the analysis from Sky Sports, the guy took time to pull out that ball, and Konate couldn't jump very well to contest with Eddie Haaland. So I think, what is it called? Then again, what's his name? Doku.
The goalkeeper's messing
up.
No,
not the goal. Then Doku again. Doku just, as a winger, before you take on your defenders, you first of all test them to know their ability. Yeah. I think that's what Doku did. So I was saying that if I am Saka, sorry to deviate alone, if Saka can be like Doku, the energy, the strength, Doku can break. See the way he was breaking through the defenders. Two defenders, Doku will break through and pass as if they were not there. I think Doku to me is the man of the match. He did very well.
The man of the match. And we have to give kudos to that midfield. They didn't make any midfield substitutions, so that shows you how solid that game was. The midfielders didn't. The three for City they didn't substitute them. They only substituted their wings. So those guys did a really good job. What are your thoughts, TK?
Yeah, to cut things short, the only difference I feel like with Doku, and you look at the difference between the City game and the Real Madrid game, that everybody thought that Liverpool is back, is that we tend to forget that people thought that Conor Bradley was going to be able to handle a Doku. Remember, the difference between a Vini and a Doku is that Doku is more physical than Vinicius Jr. You can easily bump Vinicius Jr. off the ball and you gain control. But with Doku, he's fast, he knows what to do, and he's gonna challenge you physically. If you're not up to par physically, exactly.
Yeah.
And also, it's also showing now that Liverpool, Salah used to be covered by these these other creative players that they had, Luis Diaz. And Luis Diaz was so creative. Diaz was so creative. He would drag most defenders to his side so that Salah can have when they switch the ball, Salah gets the ball. Or when they counter attack, he gives the ball to Salah. And remember, Salah. One thing about Salah is that Salah is a one-trick pony.
Yeah,
you know that Salah, if the only thing he needs to do, get the ball to his left foot and curl it to the far corner. That's all he did. If you close that ability, you kill him completely. And lastly, sorry to
go ahead.
One thing about Pep Guardiola, he was one of the only coaches in the Prem, I could say, that is able to adapt and also rebuild his squad. Because now he's found a hole, as you guys said, for Rodri. He's found a hole for Kevin De Bruyne. People thought that when Kevin De Bruyne was gone, it was done for City.
And he still has Reinders.
Reinders didn't even play. He was on the bench.
I know, that's what I'm saying. He still has him for other games. He has
sure.
Exactly.
Game management.
So now, City is now back in contention. City is now plugged. He's now plugging holes that they needed to plug. Now it's Liverpool's time. Now it's Liverpool's time this season. I think they should forget winning the league. Just fix your squad this season.
To qualify for Champions League next season.
Yeah, and next season you try and reach a Europa League or a Champions League seasons spot. Because I don't think they even have the quality to not the quality, but the ability to even reach the Champions League spot.
Confederation Cup. CAF Confederation.
The European Africa.
I'm sure that this guy is calling Salah now. Mane is calling Salah.
I'm telling you. Arne Slot is coaching with a birth certificate. He needs to be serious, this guy.
Mane is calling Salah. He said, Aboki, come to Saudi Arabia with me, man.
I'm to Saudi Arabia.
He should go to Saudi Arabia. I think his day in the EPL is over. to go
But
to
you know what? In
Saudi.
a couple of years, a Saudi Arabian team will be challenging for World Club Championship. Those are they're getting all the players now.
Europeans will not agree. They will make sure they cripple their business.
Yeah.
Ah,
All
they
right.
will.
Europeans.
Okay, last
They
start
will.
Falabi. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp had the recipe to play Manchester City. Go out guns blazing like fox terriers and attack their defenders. But Liverpool didn't do that. They gave them a lot of space. Even when Manchester City had possession, you could see how deep Liverpool were in their half. They gave Man City too much space. They didn't hurry them. They didn't press them. They didn't pressure them. And it just played into Man City's hands because Man City, they're a control team. They like to pass around. Like I said, it was Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Klopp needs to get his team together. And I feel that all the players they bought in the summer, they were luxury buys. They weren't really players they needed. They need defenders. They need attackers that will pressure the opposition. So I think they should really turn the team around and find out which is his best team.
Yeah. That's going to be a good job for them to find out how to use it because they have too many options. I mean, they have too many players like Isak and Co. They have to figure out a system where all of these players.
Imagine Liverpool losing and Isak is on the bench. It sounds funny.
That's crazy.
They didn't even bring him in.
That's a waste.
They didn't bring him in.
And they're using a midfielder who was one of the best creative midfielders in the world last year. They're using him as a winger now. Wirtz. This is crazy, man. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get out of here. So, Kool-Aid, take us out, man. We're out. We're done.
It's been an exciting look at this football match, and we've seen Liverpool thoroughly routed and humiliated 3-0 at the Etihad.
Yeah.
And from myself and from the legend himself from South Africa, Warif, Afolabi and Mustafa, we bid you goodbye, farewell, adieu. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Nice one, guys.
Yeah.